What's good, everyone? Welcome to the first live stream for 21 Questions, a high ground Q&A. I am your host, OG Bam, and today is the seventh episode overall, but the first one live stream. And today, you know, we have a special. It's not a special guest. It's an HGU member, but it's special because he volunteered to be on the live stream. Brave man. Um, this is a show where curiosity meets conversation, and it's a serious show, but I like to have fun because I am still who I am. So without further ado, we give it up for our guest of this inaugural uh, live stream episode of this wonderful show, GregNog.
What's up, everybody? It's good to be here. First live stream.
First live stream of this kind. I'm sorry ahead of time. Because the questions are going to be great. There are a few in there that are you might ask yourself, why did you ask that? Look, man, it's curiosity meets conversation. I get
Yeah.
curious sometimes. I mean,
Yeah, we all get curious about something.
and it's not like they're all bad questions or they're all going to get you timed out in another Discord. But we need. Did you say Greg with the? I'm not going to pay attention to the to the viewers right now. In fact, I have to turn y'all off because it's still an episode, but I can still see y'all on the side. Let me see. For the apps, widgets, and chat box, go away. Thank you. Uh, anyways, how this works, you know how this works. You've seen the other episodes. You watched. That's why I tell you over and over to watch the episodes as far as you can, or through and through. Be as honest as you can.
Yeah.
You can have fun, but we're here to learn. Um, I can't wait to have more people on the show. let me
Um,
let
they've
me
been
get a
all
few
have been great.
things. Let me get a few things just for clarification because I wrote the questions without asking questions, and that's not what you're supposed to do. So you do have a master's degree, correct?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
But I
It's
do have
a
certifications.
certifications. Okay, we'll just change those. I can change that on the fly. Uh, you do have you went to a school in Mississippi, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mississippi State.
You went to, oh, that's right, you did go to state.
Yeah, I went to the state, the campus, everything.
Two of these questions are now better than they were when I wrote it. And
Yeah,
you're an electrical engineer, right?
that's correct.
Okay, that's and I got half of it correct. What do you mean? I'm not going to respond to these people. You don't need to
Oh,
run. All right, so we're gonna
I
get
don't know.
started.
I ain't never scared.
To the person that clips these episodes, Lynn, that is the Lynn, clips all these episodes. It's a lot slower. I'll number it number one, so that way you can go, because if we get into a conversation and go off the script,
Mm,
quote unquote, there's no script for him, but there is for me. You don't have to do the whole thing. So,
okay.
all right, number one, an icebreaker, a nice, easy question. Not really. Okay, so what? Number one, what originally drove you to pursue electrical engineering? Like, was there a specific moment or inspiration?
Well, there was a time where, like, well, the first thing is my dad. He was, he worked for a utility company and he started working there whenever I had just turned one. So he actually started a couple of days before I was born. Well, no, after I was born. Like, it was like a couple of days before my birthday, my first birthday. So he started there, and as I got older, and hanging around the people that he worked with. Like, I even job shadowed there whenever I was in
Hmm.
middle school. So they were sitting there showing me all this stuff, and they're teaching me all the ways of, double E. You should become a double E. Like, you get to do all this, and the pay is great. And then mind you, I'm like 12 years old at this time. fast forward it, like, as I'm working my way through high school and everything, I I started dabbling into computers. I really, got started falling in love with computers, like IT stuff,
Yeah.
building them, all that, and got into robotics. And then I see Iron Man, the first Iron Man, and watching that, I was like, I want to do that one day. I want to make some of that stuff actual, like real life stuff. And that's where, like, I first started out. I was going to become a mechanical engineer,
Right.
but I got to state, and as I'm taking courses, I'm looking at the curriculum. It's like, nah, I don't feel like having to take all that, like all this thermo and
Yeah.
calculus 5. Well, yeah, Cal 5 and all that. Because I was like, nah, I'm just gonna take Cal 4 all the way up to Cal 4. That's all I need. Do differential equations. That's all I want to do. Is just dip on out. And plus, I knew more about electrical stuff because of my dad. So that's why.
Yeah. I wish I had that same type of outlook on my life. Neither one of my parents. Well, I guess my dad was a military, and we were
Same
able to
here.
run around the reserve base. He was active duty, but they sent him to be like the sergeant over the reserve in Indiana. So we as kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, running around
Yeah.
the base unaccompanied. So eating pistachio ice cream and playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, my dad, he was like, it was before I was born, but he was in the army as a platoon sergeant. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you kind of just said, kind of what the next answer, I guess, probably would be. Number two, what's the toughest challenge you faced in your career or studies, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, well, going through the whole engineering program was tough. Like there was moments where I wanted to quit because it got that hard. Um, but I started asking questions. I actually but beforehand, I'd never asked questions because I thought I was so well versed in what I was studying.
Hmm.
But there was some classes where I was like, I gotta go talk to the professor. Like this is insane. Like there's
Yeah,
no way you can have a life while you're there. Like that's the whole point of you paying all that money
exactly.
to get that degree. So that's one instance. But as after I graduated, there was a moment where it was it was tough because I didn't have a job lined up. Like it was like I'm putting in applications, nobody's biting, nothing. Like I'm just like, I hope I didn't do this for
For
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah. And then luckily I finally got hired on by somebody. Um, I got hired on by Energen, but that didn't last too long because they went out of business. So I had to like
Right.
find another job. So it's it's been a roller coaster,
Right.
but I'm finally at a point where I'm stable.
Okay. This one might be. I'm not sure if you're qualified to answer it. I'm not sure you're gonna keep this under a 5 minute explanation. You might though. You're
Yeah.
smarter than some people I know. Number three, what's one misconception about the program that you studied under that you wish more people would understand?
Uh, well, let's see. There's a number of things, but the main one is people thinking that, and it's not just Mississippi State as it's in general. It's like the whole state. Period. Like people think, oh, just because this person's from Mississippi, they don't know anything. They're not smart. I hear it all the time. You're from
Hmm.
some
Oh, you heard it from
excuse me.
us.
Oh yeah, I've heard it from y'all. I'm like, There's a reason why Mississippi State is one of the top 50 colleges when it comes to engineering. Like we're in the like high top 50s when it comes to engineering. So it's I just want to debunk that just because somebody's from Mississippi does not mean they don't know what they're talking about and they're not intelligent. We,
A lot of
we
a
got some
lot
smart
of
people
people
here.
have that notion about anybody with a southern accent though too. So
Yeah, yeah.
you know
So yeah,
they'll be
that's
okay.
that's one misconception that people should, you know.
Some of the brightest people were born in the South. So yeah, kick
Yes.
rocks. All right, cool. So number 4, what's a legacy you hope to leave behind in engineering or life in general?
Well, I'll answer both. In engineering, I want people to look back on my career and say that he he was one of those guys that would lead, be able to come up with different solutions on the fly, as well as create something that everybody within where I work at be able to benefit the country
Mm,
as well as our soldiers that are out there, fighting for us.
that's
That's
right.
one thing.
Because you work on battleships, right?
Yeah,
Naval
I'm a
ships.
yeah. I build Navy ships,
Yeah.
or
So I
yeah, I'm a
mean,
shipbuilder.
it's a lot of
So
things that people need to realize is it's cool to have certain or do whatever you want to do in the workforce. But for me and my brother, like we disagree on a lot of things. So, but for me and him, it is one thing that we believe in is do what you want to do, but make sure you're doing it for the good of the community moving forward. If you're just doing
yes,
it for you in the moment that's now, then you've wasted your life, honestly, to us. For
yeah,
you, I don't know. Continue.
yeah. Like and to build on that is like I want like my kids to see. Like
Mm,
I hope to have kids one day and want them to see that I put my talents to use to make sure that they had a brighter future.
right.
So that's I guess I kind of answered the life one a little bit, but I also want people to look back on me and say like Greg was one like a very genuine guy. He was friendly, even though he can be an asshole. He can be that, but at the end
We'll,
of the day,
we'll get there.
at the end of the day, I want people to look back on my life and say that Greg was that guy.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to leave behind on legacy. A legacy would be, what people think of you, or use what you did or said as an example to help their own lives moving forward. Kids, that's what role models are. So,
Yeah.
kids will look up to you, whatnot. Um, we have come to the first question that you.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh my god. Okay, number 5.
I'm ready.
What's the pettiest? What's the pettiest Titans Texans fan interaction you've ever seen or been a part of?
Oh, it's got to be this past season. Like I'm sitting here watching the game where we're playing the Texans for the first time this past season. I'm like, oh, we're gonna lose. I'm like, you saw the score. The score was like they were definitely winning. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna win. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we just started cooking their ass. And I was like, oh shit. Mind you, I ain't even said a word in Discord. Not a damn thing. All of a sudden, I say one word. I didn't even say nothing like anything towards the Texans. I was like, dang, this is a good game.
Time out.
Timed out. I was like, what did I
you,
do? like
you
damn.
existed.
I,
Existed.
I just existed. I don't know what
You know,
the mm,
those lists that people have, what men can't do lists. Let's see what Titans
Oh,
fans can't do list. Just what we need
in
to
the
start making.
ITC server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, breathe.
But I can see that if that was the Jaguars, but you can't be petty towards us when we were y'all. You can't.
Here
If
we go.
anything, you should have more leniency towards us than any other team in our division.
All right. Check this.
Just saying.
This next couple of questions is all Titans based, so just take note.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, how do you handle the emotional roller coaster? Because you're such a big fan of the Titans. You know, they were hot, then they weren't, then they were kind of hot, then they weren't, then they're not hot anymore, but they might get there again. Like it's a roller coaster. So how do you handle the emotional roller coaster of being a diehard Titans fan? Oh my god! Alcohol.
No, but for real, it's like any other fan base where your team is going to be. There's going to come a time where your team is shit. It's going to come a time, and to me as a Titans fan, of course, the whole AJ Brown and all that. That right there, it really tested. It tested my fandom for Tennessee Titans because I was like, why the fuck did we do this? Because I'm getting blown up that night. Mind you, when that happened, I'm sitting there with my mouth wide open, like, what the fuck just happened? Y'all sit there saying, "Oh, we're definitely gonna sign him," but he's not saying, he's not communicating. Like, I don't care. Just wait him out. He's still on his rookie contract. Wait him out. Nope, just trade him. I was like, oh, okay. And before all that, before the whole Derrick Henry and all that, we were in the dark ages. Mind you, I wasn't wearing anything Titans during this whole time period. I'm a Titans fan, but I wasn't out and about, with Titan gear on, you know, showing that my fandom towards them. But once we started, getting some good pieces, especially whenever we went into the playoffs and beat the Chiefs, and then went to go play Tom Brady, I was like, okay, we starting to do something. But the roller coaster, it's what's gonna make the journey that much better when we do win the whole thing. It's gonna make it that much better. That's why I love the franchise because yes, we're small market. We're not the talk of sports analysts or the media or anything, but it's the fact that the team is trying, the owner's trying. They are trying to get there, and that's all I ask for is at least try. So that's how I look at it as a fan in the roller coaster. Like you're going to get to that point where you done made it and you won it, and then you can start talking shit, especially if you do it before the Texans.
Oh my god, that one might have just gave you an early timeout. um, number. All right, so this is a would you rather, or you have to choose one. I'm just going to put that out. So you can't choose neither. You can't choose both. You can't choose a third option. It is either or. Got it?
Okay.
So number 7. If you had to choose one team and lose the other, as a fan, period, you can't loophole your way into being a fan of both of them still. Does not work that way in this question. Which one would you rather choose? Mississippi State or Tennessee Titans?
Well, I was a Tennessee Titans fans first, so I'd rather be a Tennessee Titans fan. I'm just saying. Yeah, I got the degree. That's all that matters. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I became a fan of the Titans because of my cousin Steve McNair. So I I wasn't looking into college until actually I got into college, and I didn't really become a fan of college football until Dak Prescott. Like that whole run was magical. I was like, okay, I need to start getting into college football because like it can get really really good,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I've just been watching it. I go like whenever that season start, I look forward to Saturdays, seeing what's going to happen. But as a whole, it's Titans to the day I die.
For those of you who don't understand what he just said, his cousin is Steve McNair. We have no questions about that this time, because it's still a bad topic to
Yeah.
talk about right now. But yes, so I digress. Uh, okay, I didn't expect you to see. I actually expected you to go against the NFL. Uh,
Well, there's times I want to.
this is a hot take question. What is your boldest prediction for the Tennessee number 8? What is your boldest prediction for the Tennessee Titans this season?
My boldest prediction is we make it to the division.
And you lose to the Texans? Is that where this is going
I
basically?
don't even if we're in the divisional, I don't see the Texans there. Just saying. Hey, if we're that good, if we're like no matter if we are a wild card or we don't win the division, I especially don't see them being in there if we won the division. Like come on.
I mean, it could happen. The NFC North had 3 teams in Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit.
This is true, but this is the AFC South we're talking about. You got the Jaguars, you got Daniel Jones on the Colts, and then the only 2 teams that are actually trying to do something is the Titans and the Texans. I mean, you can say the Jaguars, they're trying. Is it
All
really
right.
counted as trying? But no. Yeah.
All right, we're going to get into the ninth question. Uh, this is put your engineering cap on. We'll get away from your toxic Texans over or Titans over Texans weirdness that you have going on. It's okay. We'll get you a
It's valid.
therapy for that. Lynn is a therapist. No, we can get that help. He's not a therapist. He's a psychologist. Same thing. But he'll probably be in the comments later. They're not the same thing. You'll be okay, Lynn. But if you could design the ultimate football stadium with your engineering knowledge, what high tech feature would it have?
Ooh, holograms at the seats.
Holograms?
Holograms at the seats.
For
That
what?
way, that way, you know how at some stadiums you're having to look at like a giant jumbotron, or you're looking at like for instance Cowboys thing. They got the huge box in the
Right.
sky for that keeps blocking punts for
Right. Yeah.
But if you could be able to have a hologram at your seat and it zooms in to where you are actually seeing like especially for people in like nosebleeds,
Right.
like that's high up there. You can like literally get a good picture with the hologram. And like not just any hologram, like you're there, like you're right there at the line. You can like have all that. That would be cool.
It would be cool. That's a good one. Because I mean, my brain wouldn't have gone that far. I went to the straight as soon as you said holograms. I was like Star Wars. That's
Yeah, yeah. Just
a
like
good
Star
one.
Wars. Yeah, that would be cool. Because you're getting like the way the NFL is, like they're always coming up with different technology to be able to see like do replays, get better officiating. But if you could see like in 3D on a hologram what's going on, like there's the officiating, like the officials can't get nothing wrong at that point. If they get something wrong, like fire 'em. They gotta go.
Right. I should be
So
able to see that.
now. I mean, you can see it now, but apparently not. Case in point, Sam Darnold getting face masks in the end zone.
Right. All right. That's a good one. That's a good answer. All right. Let's calm down the craziness for a second. All right. Number 10. What drew you? This is an HGU question. What drew you to HGU, and how has your experience been thus far?
Oh, it's the guys in HCU, like the guys I've been talking to in ITC and conversating with. Like everybody in HCU is good people. Yeah, we we make fun of each other. It's good banter. That's what I like. I like good banter. Like instead of having
Toxicity?
banter. Yeah, I like the good toxicity, as I would call it, the good. Instead of in ITC, you start try to make some jokes. Now I digress. I won't get into that, but it's being able to have great conversations with you guys, as well as getting to know you, getting to know each and every one of you. Because when I first came into ITC, I was just talking. But the more I got to talk to everybody, got to know get to know everybody, it's been great. Really, really, true. It's been great. That's what made me want to start streaming with you guys.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Wish some old members would come back. They would
Yeah,
be
because
in
I would
here.
love to have seen what it was like you know, before they left.
It'd be real fun to do a spooky episode.
Ooh, I would love that one. Oh,
Spooky,
I would love that
but
one.
Spooky plays the guitar, and I really wanted to ask him about all that. Um, hmm, damn, I guess I said let's calm down the craziness just to have another crazy
Hey,
question.
I'm ready for it.
Number 11. Let me see. Time. We are 27 minutes into it, about halfway through. That's decent, honestly. Number 11. What's a hot take you have that always sparks a debate among your friends? That can be friends on here or friends offline. It doesn't matter which.
That's a good one. I'm not. It's not even Titans in general, but I would have to say when I start talking about my Camaro,
Oh,
like I can't help that I have the better car. Okay, like it's null and void. Like
some
get a
people.
better car, get you a Camaro, get you a
Well,
Corvette, something.
some people, and it annoys me. And we'll go off the rails for a second. It annoys me when people, if Ross is watching, man, don't take this to heart, but you just gotta understand where we're coming from, my man. Mercedes and Porsche, and saying these cars can outdo this Chevrolet. I'm not sure if you people watch IROC or you know racing in general. I'm talking about not street racing, but racing.
Mm-hmm.
GMC, Chevy, they dominate that shit. The Camaro wasn't just some random car make or model that they came out with just to play pretend.
Nope.
They really had some power behind it, and they made it affordable.
Mm-hmm. It's just they didn't market it at all. They started pushing the Corvette, and I was just like, all you had to do was add the Yenko package and bring back the Z28 package, and
Mhm.
you would have sold so many
Now in the
Camaros. Like, come on.
in the 80s and the 90s, and even the early 2000s, when I was 16, 17, the big thing to us, we was buying old ass 90s, late 90s Firebirds, or early
Yes.
2000s Camaros, late 80s Camaros. We were buying Nissans just because the Rice Rocket era had taken
Yeah.
over, but
The,
we would
the
also have that.
Sylvias.
So that was the scene for us.
Mm-hmm. The 240
Anything
ZX.
that's, even if I had that kind of money and buy Porsche and Nissan would still be bought because the R32 was the affordable Skyline. Like the
People are
Sylvia
still
was
trying to get
was
that car.
right. Well, the R32 is legal. R34 is still not legal right now.
Yeah. There's
I'm
reasons
saying,
why. There's reasons why.
yeah. So it's not coming from a place of hate or a place of the fact that we can't afford certain cars. It's just that it's really if you want to. Okay. How can I equate this to anybody? Pre-made computers versus building your own computer. Same power, cheaper price, pre-built.
Yeah. Yeah. But it used to be the other way around where you could build your computer for cheaper, but
Mhm.
now you got these graphics cards that
That
are
costs the same as the computer.
that's what I'm saying. They cost just as much as a low spec computer. I'm like, I guess I'll just stick with the pre-built because the pre-built at least I get a discount because when you start totaling up everything when it comes to building one compared to the same specs that you would get as a pre-built, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna go with pre-built.
Now, a lot of people would be like, well, what does that got to do with that? They're both pre-built cars. They are, but they spec out differently. You have common parts in the Chevy. You have expensive, just made for that specific car
Yes.
parts in a Mercedes or a Porsche or an Aston Martin or a Maserati or something like that. In Chevy, they got universal shit. I can go right on down to the junkyard and pick up a same style car and just bam, got it. Ain't no damn junkyard anywhere around me got a Maserati body part in it.
Nope. Unless you're over there in Europe, and even
Yeah,
then
that's
you
Europe.
like because I watch Matt Armstrong and like he has a hard time finding stuff sometimes. He has to go on like eBay to find parts and have them shipped across country.
That is the first time on 21 Questions that I went on a 4-minute rant. By the
I'm
way,
saying,
because usually I let y'all go on rants because I'm just the guy that asks the questions. I had to make that because I had been wanting to talk about that for a minute.
yeah.
Um,
But
I'm
yeah,
pretty
that
sure.
topic,
I'm pretty
he didn't
sure.
work.
I'm pretty sure the Ross episode we might be almost hour and a half, 2 hours long because we'll go off on the rails several times because car guys have car conversations no matter where the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so number where we at? Number 11. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Number
number 11.
12. We're number 12. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. This one, the creative one. It's not even a question. This is a demand, but it's
Okay.
number 12 nonetheless. Give us a completely ridiculous but somehow plausible invention you'd love to create.
Hmm. Right now, I know we don't have the technology now,
Mm-hmm.
but hyperspeed.
Mm-hmm.
I would like I love space, Star Wars, you name it, I love it, and I like that's one of the inventions, like one of the many inventions, like I would love to do, but I know I won't be able to, even though you can't sell yourself short, but I know we don't have that technology yet. I don't even think we have the materials on this planet to do that yet.
I have.
So yeah, it's definitely hyperspeed. I would love
I
to,
mean,
to develop
it's actually it's completely plausible. It's ridiculous, but it's plausible.
that. Yes, because
Mine is just as ridiculous. It might not be plausible, but it's just as ridiculous. You know what it is?
what
I have. It's just gonna get clipped. Net chicks.
dog, dog. I'm telling you right now, the way these robots are being made, I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be one of them. Hey, you already seen all these crazy robots like
Quite.
these advanced robots that they're making. And I'm like, I'm seeing robots doing break dance and I'm seeing them run marathons. I'm like, I
Mhm.
give it about 10, 15 more years. You're gonna be hearing about somebody. Hell, they probably already got them right now. This just ain't been published or anything. but I can see in the next 10, 15 years. Oh, if you would like to get your needs met, purchase this film bot right here. I'm just like, oh god.
It comes in 4 different.
It goes in 4. It has 4 different modes.
Oh shit! Clutch. Throw bike Thursday. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Throw bike. I love it. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm sorry. Like they came down to Florida right quick.
The way GTA 6 is looking, that's what I'm saying. When you can do something like that, and it's just on a PS5, come on.
That's the other invention I think somebody else would make.
Which is virtual reality.
No, the throw bike. That means
oh my god.
Stay with me. This is a completely serious show. I promise y'all, but my brain is my brain. So throw bike. You hit a button, say you're single and you're a male. It out pops, the caboose, and you can and it'll throw a bike while you bike. You feel me?
That's crazy. That's wild, man. But I can see that happening, though.
It's completely ridiculous, but it's completely plausible.
Especially with AI, with like, come on, with the way they're trying to develop these AIs, it's yeah.
Let's get away from this real quick. Number 13. What's a common misconception people have about electrical engineering?
Well, they think that we can see magic. Like, that's why they call us whiz kids or wizards. Oh, you're a wizard, Harry. Or a lot of the times I like to explain it like electrical engineering. It's basically like you're a glorified plumber. Like you're putting, a connection here and a connection there, and you're letting the electricity flow, and you have certain things that, mitigate or slow down the current, or sends the current somewhere else and utilizes it a certain way and creates, like a spray, like a electromagnetic, and creates a force field. And it's just think of like when you hook up something. Let's take for instance, you hook up your computer. It's like you're taking the flow of the electricity and you're just having it run into your computer. Think of it that way. And it's just powering everything, all the little rivers in your computer. It's just letting it all flow in there. Just don't touch it when it's exposed because you can't see it. And make sure you turn stuff off before you start handling with wires, or you will be electrocuted. So that's a lot of another thing is mechanical engineers specifically. They don't see how we do it because they're thinking of it as a physical, like they're coming from a physical standpoint. We're coming from it as like you have to have an imaginative mind to be an electrical engineer. You have to really think of how things are going to work, especially when it comes to signals, because signals can get complicated, especially whenever you can't see the signal at all. Mm-hmm. You see electricity, you can't see the signal. You just gotta hope it works. But you can see the signal on an oscilloscope. That's the only way.
Earlier in the Discord, I said you could trust me. That whole entire and Fuego said he saw the question that's getting ready to be asked. This is the question that you'll probably be timed out for, guaranteed. Now, I had to ask because this is part of your personality, and part of your personality has to be on the show. That's the unfortunate part about it. Not because I'm a jerk or anything. I'm not on 21 Questions. I'm a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Now,
We'll go with that.
This is the final question that I have that's not, normal or, that's not real deep. It's just real playful still. Number 14. What's
Oh, it's got
something
more in it.
it does?
Hmm.
What's something Texans fans won't admit but deep down know to be true about the Titans?
Oh, yeah. Where do I start? They know. They
Sorry.
know. They know deep down that we are the better Houston team. They know it. Hell, I found out after we left Houston. I'm sorry, Jokers was sitting there like, do I become a Dallas Cowboy fan, no fan, or a Titans fan for 5 years? And then as soon as they get CJ Stroud, they're like, oh, we want the colors back. What colors? The colors left is when we left. I don't understand why you want them. They like you created your new team, and we are the same team. So like leave that in the past. Like make your own legacy. Make your own throwbacks. No, they got throwbacks now. Go back to your little throwbacks. That
It's
like
almost it feels. No, I'm a Texans fan, but I'm trying to keep my composure for the show because it's a serious show. Uh, it's almost like you're saying the
they,
Titans are your ex. Get over it.
yeah, basically. Like just get over it. Like
Mm.
we are trying to do what every other team, every 30 other 31 teams are trying to do. And that's win the Lombardi. That's all we're trying to do. We ain't got time to be sitting here worried about some damn colors. Y'all might. That's why y'all probably, you know, can't make past the divisional, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but yeah, it's ridiculous.
I can't say a lot about it because again, I'm pretty sure
Bam, you might get timed out just because you didn't say anything.
I did say something
the
about it.
fake fan.
I had to remain professional on the serious show, so I can't really say nothing about it today. Uh, but I asked the question, so it is what it is. All right, enough of the bullshit. Damn, that was hurtful. That shit hurt. Um,
Should have
number
paid Bud. Should have gave him that stadium.
well, y'all should have paid Derrick Henry then.
We paid him
Number
twice.
15. If your life had a theme song, what would be playing when you walked into the room?
Mm. Dang, that's a good one. I got so many. I would have to say, and this is gonna come from like one of my favorite games, like one of them.
Hmm.
I would have to say, the little oh no, I'm not gonna say it. No, 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 no. This is gonna be a song. This probably be Never Scared. Just walk to a room like I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Just have that like as soon as I walk through the room, just blaring. Or
I
some
feel
big
like,
crit. One of them.
or some big crit.
Mm-hmm.
That's decent. I could see that. I could actually see that. Yeah, big crit. Where am I at? Number 16. My bad. I lost where I was at on on the sheet of paper. This 3,000 characters. It's not that easy to just. If you could sit down with one person, past or present, one single person, for an uninterrupted discussion, who's in the seat across from you and why?
Hmm. The correct answer is Jesus. But
There's no correct answer.
for me, that's my correct answer. But if I want like the one person that I would love to sit down and talk to, it would have to be a. Let me think about that. Give me a second.
It's Ross, man. That's all you gotta say. I'm playing. You can think
That
about it. Just
that. I mean, I've already sat down with him.
really think about this question, though.
Ah, I would love to sit down. Oh, dang, there's so many good ones. Because I'm thinking like as a history person myself, I'm really thinking about it. I would love to sit down with Abraham Lincoln to see just you know because he has so many quotes,
Mm-hmm.
so many, and I would just love to see where his head is at. You know, before
Before he lost his mind, quote
yeah,
unquote.
quote on
Yeah. Okay. Abe
Just
Lincoln. So
yeah, Abe Lincoln. I love because I feel like you would get a very good understanding of what was going on during that time.
mm-hmm. I have a feeling he still call you the hard R.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh,
Even being Abe
definitely.
Lincoln, I mean, mm.
But besides Abe Lincoln, probably Jay Z.
Abe Lincoln it is. All righty. Moving right along. Number 17. If life had a reset button, would you ever press it? Why or why not?
I would probably press the reset button, and the only reason
Mm-hmm.
is to see where my soccer career would have went. Just to see how that scenario would have went down if I would have actually pursued it.
Mm-hmm.
And the why not? I I look back on it. Yeah, I could have did this or did that, but that's life. Like you only get one life. That's what the mistakes are for. If anybody could go back and fix all their mistakes with a reset, you wouldn't learn. You would think everything is all hunky dory. There's nothing that can possibly go wrong in your life. Like that's not the truth. Like that's why. Yes, I would. I just want. I would just press it to see what my life would have been if I went that choice.
Right.
So, but I wouldn't change anything.
Got you. I would. I damn sure would be like, that got me put in jail. Do this other
Yeah,
thing right quick.
I would also tell myself or invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, back when Bitcoin was zero
I'll be like,
point 0.04 cents per coin, I'd have bought 25,000 of them damn things.
yes, no. I would like, hey, Dad, open me up a brokerage account and give me about $100 worth of Bitcoin. That's it. That's all I need you to do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Check your mic levels again. They got real loud.
It probably changed itself. No, it's still at 81.
Okay, that's fine. Then it's just me.
Okay, is that better?
No, that's fine. It's me. It's just me.
Okay, all right.
All right. Number 18. Boy, if I had a reset button, I really would get that Bitcoin. That's
Yes.
crazy because right now I wouldn't be complaining, but a damn thing I'd be having $400-500 million.
Especially when it hit 90K, dog, I've been like, it's time to retire.
I mean, I'm already because I'm doing the new thing I'm doing is coins. Like because
Yeah.
I'm older, I'm getting older. I like coins. Coin hunting.
Hmm.
is way better than scratching lottery tickets, and you'll never lose any money if you just go buy $100 worth of coins. You still have $100 worth of coins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad has some old coins in a jar, and I'm like, yeah, just keep them in a safe. Yep.
All right, number 18. Every group has its own dynamic. ITC has, Dub and a loud one. Um,
And a petty one.
a
A
pet-
petty one. A
no,
very petty one.
not that. The dynamic is
Sensitive
somebody
one.
with sense and somebody with sense just louder. Um, Triple P has a whole bunch of New Yorkers that are jokers, and then it has a whole bunch of sensible people down south for some reason. That's the dynamic I get from it. HGU has their own dynamic too. So, what's the unique energy you bring to HGU that no one else does?
I would have to say, not just goofiness, I guess. Well, we're all goofy in a way, but I bring my own spin of I'm not afraid to say something. I will wholeheartedly say something. I don't care. Like I bring fearlessness, but as a genuine, I bring genuine. Like I'm me. I bring I'm unique. I bring my own uniqueness to the group. So
Exactly.
like Jay, for instance, Jay he brings the the old head wisdom of the group. He's the one that keeps it like just like why he's like the why person.
Right.
Cat, cat's just a little trash bear saying that the Aaron Yeager lover, you know.
Oh, man, the script writer episode. I'm
What
scared.
script writer? The script writer screwed his own team with time.
Number 19. What's one moment since joining HGU that made you feel like, yeah, this is where I belong?
It had to have been the Crash Out Tuesday. That first Crash Out Tuesday we had with Ross. That's how I was like, yeah, this is where I belong right here. Causing chaos. That's another uniqueness to me. I love to bring chaos. I love it. I love bringing it. Causing stuff to be in disarray.
Oh, I thrive in chaos. Man, we are at 53 minutes. That's not bad. I don't think anybody's actually gonna break uh, Mr. GH2's record of an hour 8 minutes, but we'll see. Number 20. What is the biggest lesson you have learned from HGU so far?
The biggest lesson I learned is being consistent. Like the way we've all just been consistent. Like, for instance, I about imagine when you guys first started out, before I even got here, you had to crunch for time. People not being able to make it because everybody has lives. But now, now that I've joined, I'm noticing more people are being attentive. We actually have a schedule.
Yeah,
there's an actual schedule. It's I love the consistency of HGU, as well as the chemistry we have. The chemistry is where it's at. Like that's why, like you said, we're unscripted.
yeah.
Some unscripted shit will happen with our group. It's just watch a stream, watch a video. Something crazy is gonna happen during the stream. There's always laughter. That's what I love. There's always laughter when we get together. That's what I love.
That's a good thing. That's a real good thing. We are on the final question of the first live stream episode, episode 7. Also going to be nicknamed the Timeout episode.
Yeah. I probably
Um,
already found out.
Probably. I don't know. I can't check
I,
here right now.
I, I haven't checked. I'll check after we get done.
Number 21. This is an actual good one. I had spent a couple of hours thinking about how to write this last question this morning
Mhm.
because I couldn't figure it out in the last week. When you look at the intersection of your passions, engineering, sports, life,
Anime,
what's the
movies.
underlying thread that ties them all together and gives you a sense of purpose?
Hmm. Dang, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How it all comes together and how okay.
Hmm.
Well, it all comes together because of my passion for like I have an imaginative mind. I love to draw. Like being creative. Like my creativity is where I want to keep learning. I want to keep experiencing like the new things that are coming out, especially with sports, like sports, games, anime, like all these things that I do and I enjoy is all because of the creativity. I love how everything has evolved, and I just can't wait to see how it continues to progress as I get older. Because all right, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be that 60-year-old dude still playing, and I'm still gonna be that guy that's gonna debate the shit out of you when it comes to sports. Work hard, all of it is me. I love how everything that I love to get into basically has molded me as a person. So it's great.
Yeah. That so creativity is what links. I mean, and I can see it. You have to be creative in engineering. To critical thinking is creativity.
Yes.
Sports. I mean, he does think the Titans are going to go somewhere, so I guess that's creative. Life, you
It
got to be
will.
creative to be who you are. So even if you think you're not a creative person in mindset, you're creative because you have
You
to
gotta be
have some type
creative
of
to lead.
creativity, right?
You gotta be creative to lead,
So,
teach, everything.
mhm.
You gotta be able to think outside the box. That's what I love about anime. Like anime has like we're getting these long ass titles now.
Titans are long for no damn reason, man.
I'm like, what are they gonna come up with? Like first we had a spider, then we had a vending machine, then we had what was it? It was something else that was
A
stupid. I was like,
sword.
a sword. Yes, I was like, I would have never thought about that, but okay.
It is what it is. That was 21 great, wonderful questions. We have never finished this show in an hour, which we're going to probably do so. We have never finished it. So, Greg, sir, it has been a pleasure.
Yes, it has. I'm glad you had me.
I'm
Glad to
glad
volunteer too.
I'm glad to have you a part of this show, this journey, and this group. So we look forward to both your growth personally, outside of the podcast, and professionally inside of the podcast. It's been a phenomenal first live stream episode, and I applaud our audience for sticking through the entire thing. Um,
Appreciate it.
I'm sure we all can't wait to see what the future is in store for this show as well as the rest of HGU.
Yep.
We do have some real characters coming to the future episodes, including Ross from In the Clutch ENT, probably in June. And then the elusive NFL scriptwriter. That's Cat's character, but we're just letting him dream a little. And a host of other well-rounded individuals, including some more Triple P cast members, HGU cast members. Hopefully, Dub will be in there. Hopefully, he'll see that Ross is having fun and do this. But I digress. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host OG Bam, and I thank you all with GregNog here for coming. We will see you next week.
See you guys next week on Crash Out as well as Monday night and Friday night SmackDown.